Learn to improve conversions and generate more leads with the video podcast at marketingoptimization.tv.
Hi, and welcome to the Marketing Optimization Podcast with Alex Designs. I'm your host, Alex Harris, and today we're talking with Jordi Torras from Inventa. How you doing, Jordi?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, thanks for being here. To get started, what would be your definition of optimization, and why is it beneficial?
So for us, optimization is basically which is the percentage of visitors to your website that actually buy something. Mm-hmm. And by buying, we actually mean any action that you want your web visitors to take. It's going to be actually purchase something or maybe sending you an email, anything. That's what we consider optimization, being sure that we cannot make it any better for the number of visits that we have in our website.
Mm-hmm. Hey, today we're going to be talking about OnSite Search. When people come to me and they want to improve their e-commerce site, one of the main reports that I go and I always look at is like their internal search reports and see that data. We're going to take a look at how you can maybe improve your on-site search for conversions. And your company is Inventa. Why don't you give us a little bit of background on you and what do you guys do there?
Absolutely. So Inventa is a company specialized in, guess what? Search. And in order to do that, we use what we call natural language processing, mm-hmm. which is an area within the artificial intelligence. And basically what we try to do is implement a search, but intelligent, meaning not just a search engine that would bring results that contain the words that I typed. Mm-hmm. That's basically what the traditional search engines do. What we try to do is like a search engine that knows what the customer is actually thinking and why the customer is using these words and what they want actually, and what is the actual intent behind the word that the customers typed. That's what we try to do.
Very cool. And let's kind of walk through that. What would be some of the top things that you see when someone comes to you and wants to improve their on-site search? What are their biggest challenges when they first get started?
Absolutely. When we go to e-commerce, and basically customers can do two things. They can either browse different categories, they can check the menus, they can use what they call faceted search, with basically clicking different features of the products. Or they can go straight to the search bar and type there what they want. Mm-hmm. If our search engine has these two experiences completely disconnected, then we will have a problem. Mm-hmm. If we expect our customers to browse categories and select faceted search, and that experience is totally different from what they would get actually typing these words, mm-hmm. then is when we believe the search is not working and it gets dysfunctional.
Yeah. So let's get into that. So some of the things that you talk about, the natural language processing. Go into a little bit deeper. What does that mean, and how do you make that work with your on-site search?
Well, basically, what we want search engines to do is things like if I go to a e-commerce site and I type something like black laptop backpacks for less than $200, mm-hmm. what I want to see is just what I said. I don't want to see just products that contain the word dollar or that they contain the 200 as one of the keywords of the product. I want the system to understand me, mm-hmm. and give me results that are consistent with the meaning of my search request. That's what it's all about. It's about, we have to think that the search engine is the only possibility that most e-commerce sites have to have a feedback. The only time that the customer is talking to the website is through the search. Yeah. The rest of the time, the website is talking to the customer. So it's very important that we understand actual search requests and we understand the meaning of these questions, not only just picking products that contain these words. That to me, that's a big difference.
Yeah, well, I mean, me as a web designer, we go in and we look at the heat maps, and e-commerce sites, it's classic almost every time. 25% of your clicks is right in there in that search engine box. So it's always big, bright, and red.
Absolutely. And there's, I don't know if you study, you know that, but there are some reports that say that customers that use the search engine, they would be called searchers, have a higher conversion rate than customers that just browse the categories.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's very important, because if they go to search and there's no search results, no way there's going to be a conversion. If you say no products found, that's the end of the story. It's not going to be a sale after that.
Yeah, because having a very clear search bar that's easy to find and use, yes, that's good. But what happens when those search results come out?
Absolutely.
And that's where you come in to really
exactly
that.
That's what we try to say. It's like we take a search request as a whole human-generated sentence. We don't just keep words here and there, and we just populate the answers with just things that contain these words. We try to understand the whole thing and giving results that make sense, choosing the right categories, choosing the right attributes, and making sure that all that is understood, and the result, it just makes sense. So imagine that search engine would be an actual human. Imagine that you are just, for a moment, you are actually dealing with actual search requests, and for every search request, you try to find what is the best answer that you can do. And you could have a human taking hours to decide that. Do the same thing, but just in a fraction of a second. That's basically our artificial intelligence engine.
Yeah, because as soon as you put in, you go to a website, you type in the certain search query, and hit return, and you get those list of results. They need to be organized in a visual hierarchy that makes sense for that person. So that's what you guys do. You figure out that right experience for them, they get the right results, organize the categories, facets.
Absolutely.
Okay,
you can imagine that you type something like screwdriver, and then you put something like 5/6 double quote, meaning a fifth of an inch.
Yeah.
We understand that, and we say, well, this is what you mean, and we basically pre-populate the results based on this specific request.
Yeah, and also, does it take into account like reviews or things like that, popularity of the items?
That's something that we can add on top of that. So for us, the most important thing is understanding the question and being able to find results that make sense. Now, among these results, you might say, okay, if all these results are equally good, then why not? It's better to have first the ones that best reviews, etc. But for us, it's better to have relevant results. And once you have the relevant results, then yes, you can apply other filters to make sure that you're going to offer the customer better options. But if the results are not good in the first place, it really doesn't matter the reviews. If I'm getting something that I'm not asking for, it doesn't really matter how many stars this product has. It's not something that I want to buy. So that's what we believe.
Yeah, so here's the challenge if you're listening. Go to your own website, search for something. If those results aren't appealing to your customers, there's somewhere optimization efforts for improvement.
Absolutely. Imagine that your website is kind of a shop on the street, and somebody gets in, and there's a shopper there, and you say, okay, what can I do for you today, sir? And you tell what you want. You want the search engine to be as intelligent as the person in the shop would be, and say, I think I know what you want. And then, giving relevant results, which is, this is what we have here.
Yeah. Now, have you seen, we've tried this a couple times, and it works on some sites and not like others, which pretty much is basically everything out there. But to use your search engine results, so let's say you put in like some long-tail keywords and you get the kind of results you're looking for, you have that page, and then you use that page as like a landing page.
That's right. That's what we call long tail SEO. So SEO is search engine optimization. Basically Google, Bing, and all these search engines. So basically what we understand is, if somebody goes to your website and is searching for this long tail search request, meaning there are 4, 5, or more words, and you have a relevant result and you're helping that person, there is a chance that somebody's going to go to the internet and ask exactly the same question using exactly the same words. And by using these landing pages, basically, that's exactly what we do. There's a chance that the search engines out there will say, these guys have the exact answer for that exact question, and that will basically bring traffic, but also quality traffic, because they're going to be long tail, meaning very precise, and also the probability that these guys will buy is also higher, just because they're a long tail searchers.
Yeah, you can use those type of landing pages for your content marketing within like your content, and say someone that clicks on that, or actually buying Google AdWords and also Facebook ads. Yeah,
absolutely. So it's basically you would use your search users to create more traffic. Yeah. That's basically the trick here. Mm-hmm. But not any traffic, actually quality traffic, because the whole thing is like your search engine is optimal and it is relevant. Mm-hmm. That's why creating these landing pages will make sense, because the answer will be relevant to what the customers are asking.
Now let's talk about the other side, the reporting. One of the things that we do when we go in and we look at those reports to see what people are searching for, not only the top items that people are searching for, but what are those items at the bottom that people think that you may have? Like you can find some like random items that people think that you're searching for, and if it starts to bubble up, maybe they're trying to figure out where that traffic is actually coming from.
Absolutely. Many of the search engines out there, when you ask, okay, what is the top 10 search requests, mm-hmm. they will give you, this is the top 10 search requests, but guess what? These top 10 are going to be 5% or less of the total. Mm-hmm. 95% is long tail. 95% of search requests have happened very few times, actually.
Yeah.
So what you have to be in the reporting is not like the top literal most searched search queries. What you have to have is a good explanation of what my customers are looking for in general, not only specific words, but in a more generic terms, so I can understand what is the actual demand that my customers and what are the needs of my customers, mm-hmm. using the search engine.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. Now let's talk about mobile. Obviously, mobile is just as important as everything these days. There's always a kind of a trick to search on a mobile site for that particular client. Trying to figure out the right place for it to be. Any tips for the best user experience using search?
Well, absolutely. For us, if you have your app on your mobile platform, mm-hmm. your search engine must be at least as smart as Siri, but relevant to your business. And that's what we try to do. We try to make our customers see that they have the Siri for the enterprise. Mm-hmm. So you go to your app, you use the search, use your microphone and say, I want a 4 gigabyte computer, and obtaining relevant results. So it has to be as smart as Siri. So I don't want to type, I just want to talk. Yeah. And all the smartphones today are equipped with very, very cool speech-to-text technology. Mm-hmm. So what you need then is like a very good and relevant search technology that will bring relevant results. So we totally see our customers going to that model nowadays.
Yeah, it'll be interesting with these new iPad Pros and with keyboards with iPads. It's
absolutely.
It's going to be interesting to see how far it grows, and I'm sure voice activated search is going to be. I'm surprised it's not bigger than it is yet, but I'm sure it's going to be there soon.
It's going there. Also, what we have is like the let's say the phone assistants. Let's call it Siri. Mm-hmm. Siri will help you. Calling this particular contact or opening this particular application. But very soon, Siri will go to actual internet search.
Yeah.
And they are using Google anyway, right? Mm-hmm. So what we're trying to make our customers understand is like, listen, you have to be there. You have to understand user questions and give relevant answers, even when these questions are using voice, because the technology is ready for the voice recognition. Mm-hmm. You have to be ready for your search as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's talk about Inbenta. What do you guys do, and how people can get in touch with you?
Absolutely. So we're here in Silicon Valley. Great time today in San Mateo, California. And the best way to contact us is going to our website, mm-hmm. which is inbenta.com. It's Inbenta with a B, like Barcelona. I am originally from that city, and that's where the company started. So we would love to talk to you guys, and you leave us your email, and we will contact you very, very soon.
Very cool. To close out, what would be one thing that you would tell optimizers to do to take that next step to improve their on-site search?
Well, before just buying new technology or even starting new technology, I think that something that is very important to do is make sure that the catalog that we have today makes sense, or the categories of our catalog, that all of our faceted search, that our attributes make sense, that when I'm browsing categories, what I will get are products that truly belong to this category, and I don't have things that are messed up. Because if that's well done, then having a good search experience is kind of natural after that. So what you have to have is like a good organized repository of your products if you want to take the next step in going for an advanced search.
Very cool. Thanks a lot for your time, Jordi.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you for watching the Marketing Optimization Podcast with Alex Designs. Please remember to subscribe to all of the videos in my YouTube channel. Thank you.